Economía de andar por casa. Economía para andar por casa is a book written by Eduardo Garzón with the aim of demystifying economic concepts for the general reader. Instead of tackling economics in an abstract or technical manner, Garzón uses a practical and approachable approach to explain how economic principles affect daily life. Economics in everyday life. In the first chapter, Garzón introduces the idea that economics is not a distant discipline reserved for experts, but is present in every aspect of our lives. From how we manage our money to understanding prices at the supermarket, economics influences our daily decisions. The author emphasizes the importance of understanding these basic principles to make more informed decisions and improve our personal financial situation. The market and prices. This chapter focuses on how markets work and how prices are determined. Garzón explains concepts like supply and demand in a clear manner, using everyday examples to illustrate how these concepts affect the prices of goods and services. He also discusses the importance of competition in markets and how public policies can influence pricing. Money and banking. Garzón explores the role of money in the economy and how banking institutions manage the flow of money in society. The chapter addresses the functioning of the banking system, the concept of credit, and how central bank monetary policies can impact the economy in general. It also examines the relationship between inflation and the purchasing power of money. The labor market and employment. Here, the author analyzes the labor market, explaining how wages are determined and the impact of supply and demand on employment. Garzón discusses the role of unions, labor policies, and how general economic conditions can affect the labor market. The chapter also touches on issues like unemployment and policies to promote employment, the state and the economy. This chapter examines the role of the state in the economy, including government intervention in the market and economic regulation. Garzón discusses the function of taxes, public spending, and how fiscal and monetary policies can influence economic growth and wealth distribution. The chapter also considers the impact of social policies and money transfers on the economy. The global economy. Garzón broadens the focus to the global economy, exploring how international events and policies can affect national economies. This chapter addresses topics such as international trade, foreign investments, and the effects of globalization. It also discusses international institutions that regulate the global economy and how economic crises can have worldwide repercussions. Economic crises and recovery. In this chapter, the author examines different types of economic crises and their causes. Garzón provides an analysis of how crises affect the economy as a whole and the lives of individuals in particular. He also discusses strategies and policies that governments can use to manage and overcome economic crises, as well as lessons learned from past crises, personal finances and savings. The final chapter focuses on personal finances, offering practical advice on how to manage money, save, and invest. Garzón provides strategies for improving individual financial management, including creating a budget, planning for the future, and making informed financial decisions. The chapter also addresses the importance of financial education and how it can empower people to achieve greater economic stability. My critique and perspective. Garzón's book aims to demystify economics, which can be a positive endeavor. However, from a liberal capitalist perspective, his approach might be seen as oversimplifying or critiquing the principles of free markets and capitalism. A liberal capitalist might argue that while understanding economics is important, it is equally crucial to appreciate the merits of capitalism, such as its efficiency in resource allocation, innovation incentives, and the ability to create wealth. Garzón explains supply and demand, market competition, and pricing mechanisms. While these are foundational concepts in economic theory, a liberal capitalist would likely emphasize that markets, when functioning properly, are the most effective means of distributing resources and fostering economic growth. They might argue that the book's treatment of these concepts should highlight more of the positive outcomes of market-driven economies, such as increased standards of living and economic dynamism. The book discusses the role of the state in the economy, including regulation, taxation, and public spending. A liberal capitalist might view Garzón's perspective on government intervention with skepticism. They would argue that while some level of regulation is necessary, excessive government intervention can stifle economic growth, innovation, and individual freedoms. From this perspective, the book might be seen as lacking a discussion on the importance of limiting government intervention to ensure a thriving market economy. Garzón examines economic crises and their management. A liberal capitalist would likely emphasize that economic crises are often the result of government overreach or mismanagement rather than inherent flaws in capitalism itself. They might argue that understanding and addressing the root causes of crises should focus on promoting sound monetary and fiscal policies rather than attributing them to systemic issues within capitalism. The book's advice on personal finance and savings is likely to be appreciated from a liberal capitalist standpoint, as it encourages individual responsibility and financial literacy. However, a liberal capitalist might also stress that personal financial success is deeply tied to the opportunities created by a free market economy, and that economic freedom allows individuals to pursue and achieve financial goals more effectively. Thanks for watching. Let a comment and subscribe to this channel.